everyone, this is Wobbly Wallopy. Today we're looking at a newly accelerated Arcane Master. This video will show you some great places to start farming from day 1. I will show the progression required to start earning over 1.4 million raw zeny per day starting at around day 10. You can achieve this without using premium and with a free-to-play account. First, this is a brand new account as you can see from the Adventure Handbook and the Growth Index. For the first few days, you don't need to reset skills or attributes. I'm using all the default skills and attributes given to me. In case you reset your skills, here is what I have. Here are my Mage skills. The important one here is increased spiritual recovery. Here are my Wizard skills. Energy Coat is important here, since it gives magic damage increase and ignore magic defense. Here are my High Wizard skills. Amplify magic power is useful for boosting your magic damage. Here are my Warlock skills. Recognize Spell is good for increasing magic penetration. Chain Lightning is our primary farming skill. It is important to note that the more bounces there are, the higher the damage. So you want to target the weaker thing first and then have the bounce hit the stronger things after. This is possible based on the minion positioning. Here are my Arcane Master skills. Try to max unlimited with your time quicksand. The chance of making the skill not enter skill cooldown and skill delay is a very nice ability. If you have extra time quicksand, invest in Electrify Field, which gives you some extra damage. This is not high priority though. Here are my starting attributes. Now let's jump into the farming spots. For day 1, you can choose to farm Hydras in Payon Cave 1F. Here's a short clip of me doing this with Warlock before I even have the job change quest on day 2. I use Lord of Vermilion and pick this fast spawning place. It doesn't matter if the skill cast time is slow, since the skill will keep hitting Hydras the whole time. How much can you make? On day 2, I tested how much I can earn over a span of 60 minutes. Hydras are super weak, so you don't have to even wear all your gear to be able to one-shot them. Here's my starting zeny, and I have no drops in my bag. Here's the Hydra farming spot in Payon Cave 1F. Here are my skills. I just have Lord of Vermilion and play dead. Even though there's a bit of cast time, everything is spawning in a small area, so you'll always be hitting something. Here's my starting combat time. This area's spawn is quite strange. It might take some time before you can get the insta spawn to happen. Sometimes I have to go in and out of the pool to trigger it. Let me fast forward a bit so you can see when the insta spawn happens. This takes roughly a minute for me to achieve. Now you can see as I kill the Hydras, they respawn right away. This is the ideal thing you want. Let's skip ahead to 60 minutes of combat time and stop. Here is my bag and my drops. Here is the summary. In 60 minutes, we earn 157,000 zeny. Jellypies can sell and you can earn an extra 236,000 zeny from that. Overall, it's a great starting spot. Next, let's look at Matter Farming in Ant Hell 1F. For accessories, I'm using the Moonlight Tendrillon card for skill damage for both accessories. For headgear, I'm using the original chant, which is the free headgear you get when you become an Arcane Master. I put the Mimi monster card in it for a lot of extra int. I'm also using the Key of the Stars for extra damage boost. You can get this from Advanced Kefka, and currently everyone has access to this. My skills are Chain Lightning, Play Dead, Recognize Spell, and Amplify Magic Power. This is a popular spot, so I would recommend you eat hot meals or eat foods for SP discharge so you don't play dead, otherwise someone will steal your spot. We're finally using Chain Lightning, which does very well on this map. This is where the power of chain lightning really shines through because your chain will hit everything in this area. Here's my starting zeny, and I have no drops in my bag. Here's our starting combat time. We start at 60 minutes. I get into position, target martyrs, and start zapping away. Let's skip ahead to 60 minutes later. Here is my combat time. Here's my zeny and bag. Here's the summary. I get 198,000 zeny, and I can sell hard skins for another 194,000 zeny. Next, let's look at another farming spot in Payon Cave 1F. Here's my favorite spot on the map. For gear, I got the Sacrifice book, which provides 30% ignore magic defense. For accessories, I'm using the Moonlight Tendrillon card for both accessories. I'm using the same headgear as before with the Mimi Monster card. I got the Sea Soul Tail, which adds extra damage for wind and +2 attributes. This is a great free-to-play tail. Here's my starting bag and zeny. For skills, I use Chain Lightning, Play Dead, Recognize Spell, Amplify Magic, and Energy Coat. Here's my starting combat time. I target all, and the Chain Lightning will be able to one-shot everything on this map. I skip ahead to 60 minutes. Here's my zeny and my drops. Here's our summary. I got 257,000 raw zeny and sellable materials. This spot is the most profitable when you compare this with the other spots I showed before. So let's show how much zeny you can earn here on a full day. We're at the same farming spot as before, and here I'm showing I'm using the same equipment. Here's my starting zeny and drops. Here are my skills again. I'm going to target all and begin. Here's my starting combat time. I listened to 30 minutes of music. Let's skip ahead. 240 minutes have passed, and here's my bag and drops. Here's the summary. I get 814,000 raw zeny, and if you sell everything on the exchange, you can get up to 1.6 million zeny per day. You can farm here for a while. Even if you can't sell anything, the raw zeny is enough that you can start saving up for the gear required to one-shot things in Glast Heim. I moved over to Glast Heim starting around day 10. That's when you get enough things from Growth Index that you can start farming here efficiently. The monsters here are much stronger, so I start to damage tune this character. First, I reset my attributes to get as high int as possible. I kept my dex at a minimum to cast Chain Lightning, with a low cast time. By default, they give you more dex, but adding more will not get the cast time to 0. I left some points unallocated in case I need more for dex for other skills in the future. You can invest in dex or vitality as you see fit. The other thing that has probably changed by the time you reach day 10 is you have enough time quicksand to invest in Arcane Master skills. You should max out Unlimited. Then choose Electrify Field if you have any spare time quicksand. For Aesir Monument, they would have given you a couple of vouchers by now, so you can claim this to get a lot of gold medals and contribution. I reset my Aesir so I can focus on Chain Lightning. Here are the nodes to get in priority order. First, Chain Lightning Jump. You get the 5 nodes for more damage per bounce. Get the 5 wind damage nodes. Get the 5 Chain Lightning Concussion nodes. This will cause the monsters to go into stun, so if you can't one-shot them, they won't be hitting you right away. Get the 2 Amplify Magic Power Duration nodes. After that, try to invest in as many Magic Attack and Magic Refine Attack nodes as possible. Next, let's look at our targets. I am targeting Sting and Anolians. Anolians are a great target since they are water, so Chain Lightning does double damage to them. Stings take decreased damage from Chain Lightning because they are Earth Element. So why do I target Stings? The answer lies in the insta-spawns for Stings and Anolians. There are quick spawn spots where both of these show up together, so Chain Lightning does very well against them. To deal with Stings, you have to use Racial Modifier cards. Unfortunately, for Magic class users, Elemental and Size Modifier cards don't work. You should also eat cooked meals. Get your cooking level to level 5 and taste level to 8. That allows you to cook satisfied feasts with 100% success, and you can have a total of 6 food stacks. This will give you magic penetration of 15%. Now let's look at the gear. For offhand, I'm using Sacrifice Book for Ignore Magic Defense. For armor, I'm using a Tier 4 Robe of Cast to boost magic attack percentage and int. For garment, I'm using the Epic Spirit Beacon Cave for Ignore Magic Defense. For footgear, I'm using the Shoes of Mana Storm for the magic attack percentage and int. This is a very budget-friendly solution. For accessories, I use the Moonlight Tendrillon cards for both of my accessories. For weapon, I'm using 2 Peko Peko Egg cards. This will deal extra damage to Stings, since they are formless. For headgear, I'm using the original chant with the Mimi card. For face, I'm using Evil Eye for the Ignore Magic Defense. For mouth, I'm using Key of the Stars. For back, I'm using the Graduation Song for more magic damage percentage and +1 attributes. On some servers, there was an event that gave the Ancient One staff. Buy this from the exchange if it's available, since it gives insane magic attack percentage and int. For tail, I use the Sea Soul's tail. For skills, I use Chain Lightning, Play Dead, Recognize Spell, Amplify Magic, and Energy Coat. For Arcane Master skills, I maxed out Unlimited and have some points in Electrify Field. Before I begin, I eat some int A meals, as this will give me the extra damage needed to one-shot everything. Here's my bag, and here are my drops. Here's my favorite spot in Glast Heim. I will now target Anolians. As you can see, everything gets one-shot by Chain Lightning. Here's my starting combat time. Now let's jump ahead to 240 minutes. Here's the zeny and the drops in the bag. Here's the summary. For 240 minutes of combat time, we get over 1.4 million raw zeny. If the materials are sold in exchange, you can get up to 2 million zeny per day in total. You can stay here for quite a long time. In future videos, we'll look at other farming spots to see if we can earn even more zeny per day. Also, I highly recommend you join a guild and do Valhalla ruins each week. These will drop these shards that you can use to claim the epic Spirit Lightning, which is the best face item for Chain Lightning users. I hope you enjoyed this guide, and good luck with your new Arcane Master. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe.